Hi there. This video is a reply to arguseyes, whose video that I'm responding to was itself a response to feministing.com, or a video that they had made. A video in which MRAs are generally referred to as cowards for the fact that they use a screen name rather than their genuine birth name. Now, it doesn't really bother me. If you check my video, you'll see that I'm using my real name. I'm clearly using my real face, and unlike feminists, I'm on the politically incorrect side, so I think it actually takes a bit more gumption to actually make a video with your real name and your real face from our side than it does on the feminist side, who have an awful lot of government support and so on and so forth. They are basically perceived, whether rightly or wrongly, well, that's up for debate, but they are at least perceived as do-gooders, even if they have caused an awful lot of problems in the world. But anyway, so my response to arguseyes is, I fully agree and support everything that you have brought up in your videos, or at least in that response. But I would like to add in it, as additional to what you have said, it's not just the feministing.com. You can go to almost any feminist blog, website, forum, and it doesn't matter how polite you remain, how well composed you remain, it does not matter to them. Your points of views are censored, they are not addressed, especially if you dare do something like bring up facts. It's true. It's true. For example, if you talk about the wage gap on a feminist forum, or rather if you try to talk about the wage gap on a feminist forum, you will quickly find yourself banned, despite having not broken any rules. Although I have noted on a lot of feminist forums these days, they actually state in their rules now that to participate you must be pro-feminist, and if bringing up facts is harmful to feminism as a movement, then those facts will not be allowed. So, I won't bore everyone with the whole wage gap business, but I do think it's a good one to at least brush over very quickly for the unaware. We all know the liner. Women only earn XX to a man's £1 or $1, depending on which side of the pond you're at. We, on our side, we know it's a pile of crock, because, and feminists know this too, but unlike them, we are willing to explore the reasons behind the wage gap. Now, in a feminist mind, wage gap equals discrimination. End of. That's all. They may, and I've only had one or two do this, they may acknowledge that there are other factors as well as, but still, they can't help but moan that the biggest contributing factor to be discrimination. But anyway, let's look at other reasons. We have men work more hours on average than women. Men will do more overtime on average than women. Men and women choose different jobs. The feminist concept of the wage gap is that a woman who has no qualifications in her field of work, only puts in 39.5 hours a week in her field of work, has taken 2 weeks off for sickness in the course of her time there at that company, has only been at that company for 5 years, and hasn't attempted to haggle for a pay rise. But she should get paid the same as a bank manager who works 60 hours, voluntarily does whatever is needed in terms of overtime, although I guess being on salary it'll be different there, but you get the point. Has been with the company 15 years, has qualifications coming out of his ear holes. You get the idea. Well, like I said, in feminist definition, the man that I spoke of just and the woman who I spoke of just before, they should be paid identical wages using the feminist definition of wage gap. So, qualifications don't count, overtime doesn't count, sickness doesn't count, etc., etc. In fact, different jobs don't count. The woman could be a toilet cleaner versus a bank manager, and they should be paid identical, according to feminist logic. Just examples out the top of my head, nothing more. So anyway, but feminists won't mention this when discussing the wage gap. It's all, every little bit of it, is all about discrimination. Really. So you go along to a feminist forum and you put this to them. You watch how quickly you are removed from the membership database. You watch how quickly all of your posts are monitored, if you're allowed to continue posting, which no doubt you won't be. However, then look at a male-friendly board like my own. We not only allow feminists their point of view to be aired on our side of things, we even invite them to. So who's a real coward when one group will say, feel free to come along, lay your cards out on our table and we'll see what we can do, while the other side, they won't even let you through the front door? I think I can see who the real cowards are. So, feminists, with your, can't remember the exact title of it, but it was something like feministing.com fuck you. Well, okay, feministing.com fuck you. Bye.